Hey, what is going on, guys? My name is ThePromG and welcome back to a brand new video. Now today, we're going to be talking about something very special, something I've never really talked about on my channel before. Today, ladies and gentlemen of culture, we're going to be talking about an ecchi manga. Now in the past, I've never really gotten out of my way looking for a sexual or an ecchi manga. In my opinion, there's a wide variety of quality when it comes to ecchi manga. So when it comes to ecchi manga, you really have the good, the bad, and the ugly, so it's really a spectrum. Going into an ecchi manga, I really don't know what I'm going to get unless I've looked at a review, which in most cases I haven't. Something about the cover just told me it may be worthwhile checking out, I don't know. Now today we're going to be talking about specifically an ecchi manga called Dragon's Rioting. I got this volume for the cheap from Bree, aka Later Read. She commented on my high school The Dead post saying I might like this, and she sold me the first volume, so very grateful that you blessed me with this. So I'm gonna go over the plot, and then what I thought about in general. It's not really a first impression review, or at least I'm not going to label it as that. But yeah, if you guys do enjoy this video and want to see more ecchi stuff in the future, make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more manga videos just like this. So without further ado, let's get right into it. So the main hero of our story is Rintaro. Now he's this guy who, when he was 6 years old, actually got diagnosed with this rare disease. I gotta look to see what it was actually called. It looks like it was called the Multiple Abnormalities to the Opposite Sex Syndrome, aka the hentai syndrome. So what that means is that whenever the blood, goes to his groin, whenever he gets sexually aroused, it puts a massive strain on his heart, which basically causes him to have somewhat of a heart attack. And if this ever happens, he could die if not taken care of immediately. Now, I don't know if this is actually a real thing. I highly doubt it, and I hope that this isn't real. But I mean, come on, you just gotta feel so bad for Rintaro right off the bat with this horrible condition, especially as the main character of a manga with this condition. Things are not going to be easy for him. So to help protect himself in the future, he basically goes to this lake in the mountains and he trains for years to master this form of martial arts slash technique to clearing his mind and keeping, all these negative thoughts and dirty thoughts away. So when time comes to enroll in a school, he chooses one that he thinks is an all-boys school. But he's very mistaken when he finds out that's actually an all-girls school that recently became co-ed, so as 99% female students and 3 male students, including himself. Now it turns out that at this school, there are 3 very highly skilled fighters who are called dragons. The guiding principle of this school is that the strong prey on the weak. So basically, there are these 3 very powerful fighters who have bands of followers who support them basically. And these 3 girls basically have an ongoing war to see who can be the strongest out of all of them. So there ends up being a fight between 2 of the dragons, and Rintaro finds himself, in the middle of it, because he's trying to get himself out of the situation, because obviously, if he gets sexually aroused, then he's gonna have a bad time. So he does some jujitsu, crazy martial arts move to get himself out of the situation, basically causes a big crater or a crevice in between them. And basically from that point on, he's idolized by a lot of the students who just see him as this insane master of martial arts, including one of the dragons named Ayane, who was in the fight. And Ayane, who's already one of the 3 dragons of the school, seeks out Rintaro's help and basically wants him to be her master and teach her these martial arts techniques. Yeah, you can already kind of see where this is going. Obviously, there are going to be a lot of run-ins between the 2 where something will happen, oh, her clothes will fall off, or they'll be in the shower or something like that. And he just wants absolutely nothing to do with her because he might die if he gets sexually aroused by her. So one thing that I really like about this manga so far is that the main protagonist, Rintaro, is not your typical ecchi manga, perverted main protagonist. He actually is very funny and has an actual personality, believe it or not. Obviously, having this hentai syndrome that will kill him if he gets aroused in any situation is very interesting to throw into the mix of an ecchi series. Obviously, yes, there are the typical situations where, he's in the shower with someone or someone's clothes just magically rip off, but his personality and just his desire not to die thrown into the mix make it really interesting and funny to watch. It's kind of like Prison School in the sense that the main character is actually enjoyable, where I wouldn't put Rintaro on the same level as any of the characters from Prison School. You can kind of make the comparison on the base level. In Prison School, all 5 of the guys have absolutely insane, over-the-top personalities that are all absolutely hilarious. So I wouldn't put Rintaro on that level, but he's definitely very interesting, as well as super funny and a real badass when it comes to action. Obviously, you have the ecchi element, and then you have the martial arts element, which kind of tie together in certain places, but I think that's done really well in the action altogether. It's pretty fluid for the most part, which I was kind of surprised that it would be, as well as the techniques that they use are also very creative, and the fights are super interesting. And obviously you have that ecchi element where someone will get hit so hard that their clothes will just rip off, so that's definitely a plus as well if you look at it that way. But aside from all that, let's talk about the reason that you're all here, the fan service. And I know I said I'm not typically a connoisseur of fan service, at least I don't go out deliberately looking for it, but god damn, there are some A1 panels in this manga. I'll try my luck and put some up on screen for you guys to see. Hopefully I don't have any troubles with that, but I mean, there is some absolutely delightful artwork and images in this series. And alongside that, there are lots of different varieties as far as characters and character designs goes. So no matter what your taste is specifically, there's probably going to be something for you just because of the sheer amount of female characters in this manga. And for all the ladies out there and the dudes who are not interested in girls, you know, there is one panel for you guys out there. I'll throw it up here, save you the trouble. You know, on this channel, we don't discriminate, so, you know, had to throw that in for you real quick. But yeah, the fan service isn't too overbearing. There are definitely points where it gets a little bit over the top, but you know, I'm all for it. It's all in good fun, and it's definitely very enjoyable to look at. But yeah, that's what I thought about the first volume of Dragon's Rioting, one of my first ecchi series that I've really gotten invested into after the first volume. I'll definitely be picking up the second and third volumes very soon because I definitely want more of the series after reading this first volume. I'm really hoping that the quality and amount of plot in general really goes up in this series because I'm definitely a fan after this first volume. But if you guys did enjoy this video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more manga videos just like this. So yeah, this has been ThePromG. Hopefully you enjoyed the video, and as always, hope to catch you in the next one.